Hello everybody and welcome to Blue Goose Garage. This is video number 2 in the 67 Chevelle project recap video series. In the description of this video down below me here, there's a link to the entire 67 Chevelle series playlist. If you want to watch all those videos and see things happen as they happen, and a lot of extra talking and stuff that I've cut out of this remix stuff here, you can. Link's down there. The link to the previous videos down there, and the link to the next video will be down there when I make another video. I hope you guys enjoy this. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Here we go. Straight down the line. We have no idea what we're doing, but Dodge man said he'd try it. Secretly, I think he wanted just to burn a Chevelle, so.
Any excuse to burn a Chevy, you know.
Now what we're watching him do here, you gotta sneak real carefully up on him. He's a Dodge man in his natural habitat.
Ain't no damn Dodge, I ain't natural habitat.
He's got a knife, and he's cutting out a windshield with a knife. Now Tim's gonna be pissed because we actually just kicked his damn windshield out. It had like one crack in it.
We're saving this one.
We're saving this one because I plan on reusing it. All right.
All right, all right.
If you can't get something off a car, you can hire a lone wolf. He'll do it. You got the windshield out and the A-pillar covers off of this one. And she's amazing. Look at her. It's actually here.
And the bees in the seat we ain't worrying about.
Yeah, and the bumblebees in the back of that seat we're not worried about, as long as they stay in the back of the seat.
Exactly. What's bad is when the little teeny tiny ones are in the seat. They fuck you up.
Yeah, those are just bumblebees. Those little black ones that they, for some reason, people call yellow jackets, even though they're black, they'll fuck you up. Those, they only fuck you up if you fuck with them.
And we ain't fucked with them yet.
Yet. I want to get under here and cut the length, the control arms, and get the rear end down and drive shaft. He just grabbed the hold of it and pulled it out.
The cross member. This is a Chevelle.
Well,
this is a cross member on a Chevelle.
Yeah, it's the last thing I'm getting out from under.
It still got the e-brake. This is quality 70s work. It only has one bolt per side.
We're going to try to get the bolts to turn. So this should be fun. Yeah, we're going to break the bolts.
Because they ain't going to fucking turn. We strip the buffalo. We make sure we use all parts.
He's a little bit crazy. So we got the 2 bolts out. And couldn't slide the cross member, and there's a piece of,
I think that's some of that there barbed wire.
yeah, some real good fence wire or something.
Yeah, for
holding the parking brake to make it work. So Dad, do you remember doing that, or did somebody void a warranty? I want to cut this and cut that, and I'll be back in a second. Took the wiring harness off. Believe it or not, as bad as that all looked, the wiring harness only really had one wire cut, and that was for a tack that was stolen. All this came from it. The inside of that frame was full of sand, and it rusted the inside of the frame out from the outside, inside out. I braced it a little bit, nice hot welds, it'll be fine. Cut all the rest out. I made a plate for the outside. I want to weld that in and then cut a piece for the bottom and weld that in. Now, there's different ways I could have done it. I could have found another frame. I could have found a section somewhere in a junkyard or something. There's different ways I could have done it, but this is what I did. The only real good thing about this one is at least it wasn't wrecked. Did a pretty good tack weld on the A-pillars and the rockers. This driver's side's a little bit off. The door that was on this cowl was pulled over hard. It was pulled over hard like this, so it could have bent the plate that the door bolts up to. But it seems to be pretty good. Got it pulled out. I mean, it looks pretty good. Gap straight and stuff. I want to make sure that the bust windshield that I had for this car fits back in here, so it won't be a bad surprise when I find out that it doesn't later, you know. I'm going to weld all this back up, both sides. I'm going to cut the rest of this off across through here up into here and cut the same area out of the cowl that came off this one and trim it around and stuff and get it to where I can weld here and all this back on. You know, this is keeping with the theme. This is used. I'm not buying new stuff to fix this with. This is all out of different cars. The floor patch happens to be out of this one, but it was a patch anyway. So it's got different welds and it's got different seams and stuff. Don't line up right with that firewall and stuff, but this is low budget. I guess I welded all this and then I welded a rocker, patched it up and stuff. I wanted to show you this before I ground any of that, just so you can see the quality. This one turned out a little bit better. Alright, so frame's cut out, rear end's out from under it. If I was going to be the one to do this originally, I would have actually probably braced the back of the car and the roof to make sure that it couldn't come down and all this stuff. But when they cut it out, they didn't do any of that. And you can move the back half of the car a little bit just by wiggling it. So the best I can do is going to be check from one of the taillight holes back there to up here to make sure that the car is square, even though on this particular car I've also put the cowl on it. So what we're doing here, me and Dad put the car straight down the center. You can see the tape on the cowl, the dash, the floor, the center of the back of the frame, and you can see the roll of tape taped up on the trunk lid. Everything was measured across and the tape's all in the center of the mark. And so, see if I can show you this. You can see it through the speaker grate. Front end lines up with the center of the car. You can see into my finger where the frame lines up with the center. And you can see the tape line up with the center. Now you can't see it on the camera, but you can see the tape on the frame through the speaker hole as you're looking at that. After we done all of that, I measured it from the side of the rocker over to the frame on both sides. It's dead center. I'm going to check it. I'm going to check it from the taillight hole to here, from the taillight hole to here. If that's within a half an inch, really, for me, I'm going to leave it alone. Welded some across the top. I got back here with a high lift jack and jacked up the body with the frame bolted to it. So now I'm going to weld some more and let the weight back off of this and see what it does. It's tacked in. There's a couple spots that I'm having to patch, so literally none of this is unmolested. I changed this rail because it had holes rusted in it, and I have to change the other one. Since I've got this one in and I've got this welded, I can cut that one off, holding back up on it a little bit, cut it to fit, weld it back on to there, and that cross piece back in. The car, I feel confident in saying, is within a half an inch front to back, side to side. I would normally say something like, there's different ways I could have done this. Well, most of the time there is, but on this particular situation where I'm having to take 3 different cars and make one, I didn't have anything straight to begin with when it comes to this car. There wasn't any way for me to make it straight down the line, down the center of the car, without basing that off of something that maybe it isn't straight. So in this situation, I couldn't have done it any better. I'm welding a car together in a barn. The whole idea behind fixing this car was using stuff that I already had out here. And it's been mentioned a few times in comments and stuff on here, well, you should have just bought a frame. Nobody that comments that seems to understand. If I spend $1,000 on a frame, I have a frame and nothing else to show for it. I can't spend a lot of money on any one thing, or I'm not going to be able to finish this entire car. Straight down the line. I honestly forgot to pull that off before I painted the floor, so it just kind of got encased. It's there, maybe permanently now. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe for more, and tell me what you think. Bye.